The El Dorado Eagles are entering week 2 of the 2020 high school football season. Led by head coach John Long, they'll be facing the Winters Blizzards. Now, both teams are 0-1, but they're both non-district plays. This week 2, they won't begin district play until week 4. But John Long says that he hopes that the team will improve defensively, especially when it comes to tackling. Now, offensively, they have a young offensive line core, meaning that they'll have more experience as the season goes on, and he's hoping to take this win tonight. Another big week for Texas high school football in the San Angelo area as the Grape Creek Eagles defeated the TLCA Eagles 42-12. And as a matter of fact, this was the first win for Grape Creek since 2017. And head coach Tanner Teal says he is very optimistic leading into week 4 against Coleman. Here at San Angelo Stadium, the Lakeview Chiefs defeated the Brownfield Cubs 63-40. A big game defensively for the Chiefs. They had 8 forced turnovers and 3 of them were interceptions. Head coach Hector Guevara says the main thing they need to work on is blocking and catching leading into next week's game against Fabens. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to KSAN News. It is Football Friday. I am Mark Brown, your host, and I have the head coach for the El Dorado Eagles, Coach Long. Coach, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing great. And I realized today, it is week 2 of high school football, and you guys are coming off a tough loss to San Saba. So how do you feel going into this game?
We had a great week of practice. I think we learned from our mistakes. We're looking to give a little more effort, tackle better, block better. But we're really excited for this challenge from Winters. And I really feel confident that our guys are going to do better this week than we did last week.
Now, the Wall baseball team faced the Kirbyville Wildcats in the state semifinals, and this was their second trip to the state tournament for the Hawks. The first one was back in 2017. Now out to the Dell Diamond. This is the first game of the day. Now on the bottom of the second, it was 1-0 to Wall. Kai Herbert rips it to right. Sutton Hurst comes home, and the Hawks are up 2-0. Take a look at that. And on the top of the 6th, tied at 3, Ryan Goley is in to pitch for Caleb Hurts. And this is the first pitch to Hunter Wallace, and he will hit it out to the corner in the left. Justin Harriet scores. Now 4-3 Wildcats. And towards the bottom of the 7th, this is the last chance for the Hawks. The bases are loaded and 2 outs for Jake Jansa, and he draws ball 4. Goalie scores to tie the game, headed to extras. And now going to the bottom of the 9th, runner on for Gage Weishun. He singles up the middle to score Hurts, and the Hawks win in walk-off fashion, 5-4 in 9 innings. That was pretty quick right there. The 2019 UIL Track and Field State Meet kicked off at Mike A. Meyer Stadium in Austin, Texas, with some chilly weather for May with temperatures in the mid-50s. It looked ineffective as the top athletes still ran blazing times, especially for the senior superstar standout Matthew Bowling out of Strake Jesuit in Houston, Texas. Let's take a look at his historic performance. Starting off for the 100-meter dash, Bowling broke the state and national record, running a 10.13. The previous state and national record was set way back in 1990 by Henry Neal out of Greenville High School, running a 10.15. Bowling also competed in the 4x4 100-meter relay, running the anchor leg, and won the gold medal for his squad after a 3-second comeback. Now, Matthew Bowling was in second place by the time he got the baton, and he came back. So that was a blazing 44-74 split time, according to FlowTrack.com. And that's it for sports. We will be back right after this. One of the disadvantages a new head coach faces when taking over a program is having a short period of time to get to know and work with their new players. Fortunately, with the new UIL guidelines for summer workouts, coaches like Miles Jason Wilhelm are getting more time than ever to prepare for the upcoming season. The Bulldogs wrapped up their first week of workouts and practices under Wilhelm today. He's inheriting a young team with a lot of potential in a district where the level of competition is always consistent, and so far, he likes what he's seen.
I just want to see good attitudes with the kids, come out here ready to work, and we definitely had that. I mean, they've been excellent for the 3-4 days we've had them this week, and good participation, lots of kids out here, and yeah, really it was kind of our first day to get some kind of work a little bit of football. The expectations are, to have a good attitude and learn what we're doing. It's going to be a little bit different, but we're trying to keep it as simple as we can right now. Just want to see a lot of effort and grow from there. Obviously, it's not mandatory, but to get to the level that we want to be at, it's very important for our guys and girls to be here. And so far here it's been excellent. So it can still be better, but it's been great.
Last week, NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell admitted the league was wrong for not listening to players and now encourages them to speak out and peacefully protest. That statement came in response to the Stronger Together video, where multiple players called on the league to take a strong stance in the wake of George Floyd's death over the next 10 years. The NFL is pledging $250 million to help fight systematic racism. The league said the money will be allocated to a fund that will also support the battle against historic injustices. The NFL said it will also use its television network and other media properties to raise awareness to promote education of social justice issues and foster unity. Stick around. Aaron will have a last look at the weather after this. The 2020-2021 school year officially started for the San Angelo Independent School District earlier this week. The beginning of a new school year also brings football season back to life. The UIL gave all 4A schools and below the green light to start on time, while 5A and 6A schools will start next month. Lakeview High School head coach Hector Guevara is doing what he can to keep his players safe in the Texas heat.
As far as the heat, we've been going in the mornings this past 2 seasons, so that's kind of been helpful. We hydrate the kids as much as possible, and we give breaks, and in between drills and stuff like that. So.
As far as COVID-19 safety protocols, Coach Guevara is making sure his players are constantly following health guidelines issued from the UIL and the CDC. Some procedures players follow, such as using hand gel in between breaks during practice and wearing masks with their helmets off, is a top priority. So far, the players are paying attention to every detail.
We're doing the best, following the SISD guidelines and UIL guidelines. We have gel. We disinfect everything out there after we use it. As far as sleds, footballs, everything.
Coach Guevara says every locker room will be thoroughly sanitized while they travel to away games. The coaching staff and players will practice social distancing and wear masks inside the bus as well. This process will be repeated all season long.
Things will change. It's a fluid situation, so we'll just keep updated with everything they send us, and we'll continue what we're asked to do. And like I said, we'll just keep an eye out if there's any other changes as we go.
Teams will take care of each other throughout the season in order to slow the spread of the virus. Mark Brown, KSAN News. It all started on August 7th when the Lone Star Conference decided to postpone all fall sports to the spring 2021 term. On September 4th, the LSC gave their institutions the option to set their own championship segments outside the conference, consistent with NCAA rules and guidelines. ASU decided to compete this fall, meaning they're ineligible for spring competition. ASU head football coach Jeff Gersh is eager to get things rolling.
Getting the opportunity to come out and play, it took a while to get our kids back into the swing of things because we went from 0 to 100 really fast, from not playing or not sure if we're going to play to all of a sudden now it's game week. So our kids have responded well. We had a really good practice yesterday, so we're excited about it.
Saturday's game will allow fans in the stands at 50% capacity. The sidelines will be spread out more and all coaches will wear masks. With the delayed start this season, Coach Gersh says his team is very prepared.
We've been going for a month, and you usually want 3 to 5 weeks of practice time leading for your first game. So we feel really good about our guys being in shape, and our kids understand. I mean, football is going to be a violent sport. It's going to be very physical. Injuries happen in it. We have an outstanding training staff here.
Gersh hopes to bring positivity to the community with football returning. Throughout all the turmoil 2020 has caused, Gersh believes there is always a light at the end of the tunnel.
I just wish the world was more like a football locker room. The football locker room that we have, our kids come from every different race, religion, beliefs, all those things, but they come together for a common goal. And the world needs that. We need to come together for a common goal. If the world was more like a football locker room, things would be a lot better.
Mark Brown, KSAN News.